Um, Ms. Tibbetts, calling the meeting to order. Would you please do a silent roll call? And I want to welcome everyone who is here. If you have not seen it yet, there's a sign-in sheet over there that we would appreciate it if you would sign in so we know who all was here. And at this time, then Dr. Mr. Rick Parker, I don't know what to call him, will lead our prayer, and then Maggie, yes, Dr. Mrs. Fortner, Spagnola, Spagnola will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Our Father in heaven, we come before you this night as Minidoka County School Board meeting. We are grateful for this opportunity we have together, and grateful for the opportunity we have together in this country and the freedoms that we enjoy. We are thankful for the youth that we have within our care, and we pray that as we conduct this meeting, we will remember the youth and make decisions that are the best for them as they go through their schooling, their education. It will benefit them, keep them safe, and also keep them learning and engaged. We are thankful for the many opportunities we have, and we pray for thy continued guidance and direction as we take care of the responsibilities within this school district. And we say these things in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Behind us is the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, and please be seated.
I apologize. You're fine. I got sidetracked.
It's easy to do. Does anyone have any questions on the agenda that is before us tonight? First of all, I want to say that we miss Mr. Sukan. He is in a combine right now. For some silly reason, he thinks he needs to farm when the farming's good. And as we have our meeting tonight, we have the agenda. Did anyone see anything that they had questions or anything? If not, I would entertain a motion for approval of tonight's agenda.
I move we approve tonight's agenda.
Okay, motion by Mr. Parker.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Anderson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We have an agenda. Did anyone have any questions on the consent agenda?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No.
Anything? All right. The consent agenda, therefore, is adopted by unanimous consent. Carrie, did you have any patron comments turned in by chance? Okay. Tonight, we have a presentation, a little bit of information being given to us by Peggy Bronson, who is, you'll have to tell me what you're called. Exalted ruler of the Rupert's Elks Lodge.
Exalted
You,
ruler.
I like to teach kids, but adults, you make me nervous. I know. I can buffalo kids. I'll just take my little bag with me. Where do you want me at?
right there would be great so we can
Okay.
all see you.
Okay. I'm just gonna put that there. I'm gonna pray that everything will connect.
We want this over there.
It's not a bad idea. And while she's setting that up, I thank you all for being willing to come to this room where we might be a little bit tighter than we would in the gymnasium. However, it's considerably cooler in here than it would have been in the gym, which is why I told Carrie, can we please have it in the conference room?
Okay. Well, I have a loud enough voice. I'm just.
Well,
It's
just
for-
leave it
it's for
for it.
the,
Just leave
Oh,
it
okay.
for the recording.
Okay. All right. What is our connection?
CONF1.
Uh,
CSC-1.
CONF.
Probably. Is she going to be up here, Ashley? Okay, we probably ought to move out of the way.
There's some reflection on it, they pull the blinds.
This is what I have.
Yes. Does it, yeah, to help see, can we lower those? Can you see, Dr. Park?
Okay, and I brought my notes because Terry told me 5 to 10 minutes, just so I don't, those of you that know me, I squirrel quite often and can get off topic. And so I decided to bring notes, and I have them in my other thing here. I am more organized than this in the classroom, just saying. Jean. Oh, there it is. There's my notes. Okay. Good evening to all of you. I am Peggy Gilbronson. I am the exalted ruler of the Rupert Elks Lodge here in Rupert. We are a lodge that is combined with Kaja and Minidoka. I am also a teacher. I know quite a few of you. But tonight I am sharing some things some ideas, some services that our national and our local lodge has to offer for our youth in our community. One of them, first of all, raise your hand if you are an Elks member. Raise your hand if you know of an Elks member. Yay, good. Okay, I could get applications for all of you and you could become one if you would like. Okay. The Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks is an American fraternal organization. It's just American. It doesn't go out of the nation. Okay. A lot of other ones might. I know this mission statement is pretty wordy, but the basics is that we believe in the principles of charity, justice, brotherly love, and fidelity. And we cultivate our citizenship. We want to do a lot of things for education, for the veterans, and for community service. Elks care at Elks share. Okay. What do we do? Our order spends more than $80 million, a lot of money every year for education, patriotic programs, veteran programs, kids with special needs, scouting, athletic teams, veterans, hoop shoot. If you've ever, those familiar with the hoop shoot. Okay. We do a lot for our youth. The youth of our country have always been important to this order. We wouldn't be Elks if it wasn't for the youth coming up and giving them the examples. And did you know that June 14th Flag Day was started by the Elks? It became a national holiday because of the Elks. Well, what am I here to talk about? Well, let's begin. First thing, one of our first projects that we like to do at the beginning of the year is our dictionary project. In 1995, the Grand Lodge of the nation has started a campaign to promote literacy. In doing that, we participate in the dictionary project. Now, since COVID, we have not done this project. We have not given out the dictionaries like we had before COVID. With this project, we present every third grader in our district with a dictionary. A dictionary that, yes, we have technology and we may be able to look up words on our technology, but there's something about holding a dictionary, holding a book, and looking at filling the pages, the words. I'm old fashioned. I like the books. These dictionaries are given to the kids to use during the school year, and then they get to take them home. Okay, so that is our dictionary project. The next thing we have, a few years ago, I think it's probably been 2-3 years ago, our community and partnership with the VFW, all the veterans associations, we have done a patriotism and citizenship event that happens at the Rupert Square. Part of that event, the Elks bring about these flag booklets, and I brought a few if you wanted to look at. I can leave for you to look at. The Elks teach the kids about flag etiquette,
about patriotism, about citizenship. They teach the kids how to fold a flag, how to act responsibly as a good citizen. And also, they get to know some of our local veterans. I guess I can't do my notes after all. Okay, this is one of my favorite things. And if you're a teacher, I understand when an administrator will come and say, "We want you to do this writing assignment." Another thing on our plate. The essay contest happens every year. The Americanism essay contest. This year's prompt is, "What is your American dream?" I love that topic. I'm giving out these prompts early so teachers can, within their own time, possibly address this prompt for writing an essay. It's in the grades 5 through 8. The national winners will receive $1,000 to $500, $250, along with the local and state organization. Our local Rupert Lodge and our state lodge will give a monetary gift also. If you offer kids, I've been teaching long enough that if you offer them a reward, money, they're a little more inclined to follow through. I encourage 5th and 8th grade teachers we have to do informational writing. Why not do about Americanism? Okay. The next, and one of the most important, how many of you can afford to send your kids to college? Nobody can afford to send their kids to college. How many of you need scholarships to send your kids to college? Okay. 3 weeks ago, Rupert Elks Lodge, and along with the Steve Scow family, had a golf scramble. We raised $50,000 just in our own community for scholarships. Now these scholarships are local. They're going to be to those kids that want to go into a trade. Now the most valuable student scholarships are National Elks scholarships. 500 4-year scholarships. So it's not just a one-time thing. They receive that scholarship. It's 4 years in a row they get that amount. We had one person from this area receive that scholarship this last year. You do not have to be related to an elk member. It's based on academics, community service, patriotism, citizenship, as well as future goals. And this scholarship will go to any college that a student would like to go to. The thing is with this one, the deadline is in November. I sent out information last year, didn't get a whole lot back. I'm hoping that this year we can maybe get some more back and see more of our Minidoka kids getting these scholarships. The next set of scholarships is called the Legacy Scholarship. Now, if you are related or you know an elk member, these are typically for those students that have Elks members as family members. Also based with community service, academics. Applications for this one they're due in February. All of these scholarships are much needed if you're going to college. We all know that. Okay, along with the scholarships, I'm going to go back. In the spring, our local lodge also has a Sam Osgood, Mike Zimke. Mike was my brother. Scholarship for those students also going to a trade school. We gave out 2 last year in the Minidoka area. Also, we will along with the monies that we made off our scrambles and the one coming up this next weekend, we have companies from all over the state coming down, and they want to present a fair at the lodge for our seniors that might want to go into a trade, to give them the opportunities. This is most valuable student and term. Do you remember how we used to always do the student of the month, student of the week? Our Grand Lodge encourages us to do most valuable students of the term, whether it is trimester or semester. And this is a boy or a girl chosen from the staff within that school, then given the information given to it, our ELTS committee, and that those kids will receive certificates, a monetary gift at the end of the year, as well as media and newspaper in the newspaper. Okay. Also, these kids, we will in May we have a youth week where we want to celebrate our students in our district. So and all of these things I'm bringing up, principals, I'll get the information to you. If that's all right with the board, I will just send that information out to you. Okay.
Peggy, did you say when that one was due, or the information on that for that?
This
program?
one,
Yeah.
it will be based on. I will decide when that's due.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of my title. I get to make some big decisions. Okay. Oh, come on, Peggy. Okay. This is probably one of my favorite ones, the hoop shoot. It's a free throw contest. Now, I have students in my class that they're not part of a basketball team, but they love to throw shots at the basketball. Take a breath. Shoot baskets. Okay. They love to shoot baskets. I have to say, we haven't had a lot of participation in this. And I would love to see more kids come in between the ages of 8 and 13. It's wonderful to see the kids concentrate on and practice and really work hard and learn sportsmanship through this event, the hoop shoot event. Now we will usually have our local hoop shoot during January. That's another thing I get to decide when we have that one. Our district hoop shoot so the winners of our local will be in February, and it's usually held at Minidoka. Our local Elks Lodge funds the travel. If these kids make it to state or district, we fund the travel. They receive T-shirts, they receive basketballs, they receive money and a trophy. Plus, they receive the whole thing of I did this when I was at National Convention in Atlanta this last summer. Just listening to the kids that had won was amazing. It was a great thing to see. Okay. Wow. Drug awareness. It is Elks National Drug Awareness Program is one of the largest volunteer drug awareness programs in the United States. We all know drug problem it's a problem. The Elks are committed to eliminating the use and abuse of illegal drugs of all kids and all drugs. We support Red Ribbon Week. If you've driven by the Rupert Elks, there's our drug trailer. We call it our drug trailer, and it's a trailer full of accessories to teach kids say no to drugs. We have provide materials, videos, speakers, games that are online that kids can play to encourage them not to use drugs, or if they are, to stop. A coloring contest for 3rd through 5th grade. One pill can kill. I'm encouraging 3rd and 5th grade through 5th grade. Make those posters. We'll hang them around town. Those will be due October 10th. And once again, principals, I will give you that information. I will send that information out. Our local lodge supplies all the educational materials. These websites, and I can also send out this PowerPoint, have wonderful games and wonderful stories. The YouTube, an amazing YouTube on for middle and high school, just to encourage kids to make better choices. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Okay. There we go. What else do we do within our local lodge? We have an annual Halloween party. The whole family can come and have a really good dinner and have treats, crafts, tons of fun. We have an annual Christmas party, same thing. a really good dinner. Santa Claus comes, treats, lots of fun. Easter egg hunts, cast for kids. We do that. And as you know, we have Wee Links, which is just a small little golf course just for kids, owned by the Oaks. And if kids don't know how to golf and they want to learn and they don't have golf clubs, they can get the clubs there at the lodge. So these are just a few things. Also, you name it, you ask for it, we will help you whatever way we can. Supplies, school supplies. If you have things that you want to do for special needs or for your classroom or school needing supplies of some sort or helping their carnival, we're here to help our community. Boy, how many minutes? Am I over 10 already? I'm so shoot. Really quickly, I just want to do a kudos for our track team. They helped serve some of our meals last year, the lamb feed. We had our golf team serve the Stockman's feed, and then we had our FFA kids. They were awesome for our crab feed. It is wonderful. So if you have kids, you have organizations that you want your kids to do community service, please contact me. And my everything is right there. You can contact the lodge.
Thank you.
I tried really hard to be on time.
So what you're saying is there's a whole lot of information that you're going to be sending out to the schools for all of these opportunities.
If you want any of that information, after going to Atlanta this last July, finding out about all the things that the National Oaks Lodge does for youth, it's amazing.
Will you send me a presentation so I can put on board, please?
Yeah, I would love to. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you, Peggy. All right.
Can I ask when the trade show is at your lodge
We haven't quite decided yet. It'll be sometime this fall.
this fall?
This fall, if not in the spring. We have to get with the companies. We have companies from up north that were involved with Steve Scow.
Well, see, if we know like 2 or 3 months in advance, we could email Miss Kidd and she could share it with everybody. Thank you.
Do you know if CSI Workforce Development is going to be involved?
We will be getting anybody involved.
Okay.
It's something in the making.
All right, let me know.
I will. Thank you.
All right. So is there any other questions or anything that anyone has for Ms. Bronson? Okay. Again, thank you for coming and giving us that information. Our next discussion item is the change in November board meeting date. And I can't get that to open right now.
It just shows it changes to 11/21.
Right.
Right now, the is 11/21. But due to the conflict with schedules, we need
Madam Chair, it's my fault. I'm going home for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
If we could move it up a Monday or back a Monday, I would be eternally grateful because I get to see the grandkids and my mother-in-law.
Oh, that's your mother-in-law?
She's a great lady.
You can't buy during board meeting.
I'm telling you. She cooks for me. She's top shelf.
well,
Okay, so you want to switch it?
you want it the 14th or the 28th? The 14th, is that leave enough time for
No,
all of the reports to be finalized?
we're just coming back off.
Yeah, when's SBCA?
It's 8, 9.
Yeah,
9,
and we're
10,
coming back
11.
9, 10, 11. So we'll just be coming back from
Back.
that
I would say then we need to go to the 28th.
28th.
That's
The
what
only
I
thing
was-
about that is it makes it a little hard to get the bills paid by the end of the month. But if that's what we need to do, that's what we need to do.
December's meeting is the 21st.
True.
You know that's like we're out of school on the 21st too.
Yeah.
Like they're not in.
December, but we still have to.
Oh, that's
So we
right.
still do it.
You guys don't have to come. That's your Christmas present. Oh, I just made a decision. I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Siri.
Madam Chair,
Sir,
No board meeting.
what's the
I would think that coming back from SBCA, I just remember last year we had so much stuff coming back from it. I'd like to have some time to discuss it.
I'd like to go
Think
the
on it.
28th. If
The
we could.
28th would probably be simpler.
I'm for the 28th also.
Okay.
So Ms. Tibbetts will send the addendum to the county.
So do we need to make a motion on it, or we just do it?
Under
It's in the,
business.
this is discussion only.
Gotcha.
So.
Discuss it here, make the motion.
In the business section.
You want one?
Only if you bring something back that she bakes us.
Pardon me?
No.
Oh, something that she bakes for
Yeah.
you. You have to bring it for
You
us.
have to bring it for us. She's baking
She's
something.
cooking for you and bakes.
It's 19 hours. There won't be anything left in the lunchbox.
Excuse me?
No, ma'am. I can't make those kind of promises. What is this? I don't remember that. In the wrong stack. Sorry.
Okay, the next item is the Bus Right software program, and that is something that came, the bus guidance system proposal. Ms. Jones, do you have more information on that?
Carrie and I went to, up at state conference, we went and tackled this busing. I understand we've had routing issues before with all the routes that we've had stuff that we probably shouldn't have had, but Carrie and I spent about 3 hours with these guys, going over every route, and Carrie can vouch, she used her route, because her route is difficult, because she drives and they, any other routing software we're going down a pivot trail, or a four-wheeler trail, or anything else, but with this route, am I right, Carrie? It took us right on the route. My only good thing about this thing, and I'll be honest with you, you don't have to make a decision on it. I can have them come and present it to you next month or the month after, so you guys can look at it and see for yourself. The good thing about it, I understand that we have two-way radios. I understand we all have cell phones. But if ever a bus got hijacked, we wouldn't be able to use them. We would be able to have a gun pointed at our head trying to handle a drive or man a radio. So on that software, it shows on a TV screen how fast that bus is going, for one. Also alerts the parents to where if we are in a snowstorm, we have a broke down bus, all I have to do is push one click of the button and they're notified. They can be able to know that our bus is running late. Schools would be able to notify that our buses are running late by one click of a mouse. And it has the presence of the kids on the bus. So I don't get a phone call saying, oh, well, you didn't stop to pick up my kid. Well, it shows right here that we did. We stopped, we waited 5 minutes, we moved on because they weren't out. So it would eliminate a lot of our phone calls, but again, I'm not trying to push it. I just wanted some information out to you guys.
Mrs. Jones, would this program allow parents to, I understand you said in an emergency you can push a button, but does it have the capability to allow us to track that daily? Like, could a parent go out and look? So, because I know I have rural parents that have talked to me about the buses are coming super early, or I don't know what time, I gotta get my kid. And so would there be a way that parents could see that so they can know, okay, the bus is a couple minutes away, I need to get you out the door?
Carrie, do you remember that?
There is capability to do that, but for safety concerns, especially when you've got custody issues and other things, and
Got split
we've been
parents.
in meetings before a couple years ago where it was decided that wouldn't be a good idea, but having the parents just call it to the bus garage and them being able to just look at the screen and say, yep, they were at your house at 6:45, they waited there for 3 minutes, picked up Joe and Susie, Bob didn't get on, sorry. That would be super helpful. I know parents want the arrive in 2 minutes, but for security issues, it's kind of in
Okay.
the gray area.
It really is because, you have a split family and you might not have one parent might not have custody of the other one. And if they have the right to see what time of buses could be in there, it might create more of a legal battle.
Okay.
But they are willing to come. If you want them to come, we can make contact and they can present what they have.
Do you feel like this software would help cut down on the amount of time that kids are on the bus? Like, have you seen that it's improving our travel time so that kids are on the bus less time because your routes are cleaner? I don't know. I guess that's
Well, when we did Carrie's route, and Carrie, we sat there for what, half an hour, 45 minutes just doing her route, just plugging it into the computer so it gave us the right turns, left turns, and that's another piece is voice command. So if Mr. Ramsey ever got on a bus, he would be able to
I got to train one more day.
follow it by the voice commands versus trying to learn the route where nobody, I could put anybody out there.
so it'd be good in a substitute situation where you had someone out there. Okay.
So, but it did clock Carrie's route at 2 hours. But it goes by the speed limits. You go 35 on this
Sure.
road, you go 45 on this road. On gravel roads, we don't like driving any faster than 35 on a gravel road. We know that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
On our end.
Okay.
So we do know that. Same with snow, yeah,
Sure.
So that's what they clocked her out at 2 hours, doing it just one way.
And how long do you normally take before the routing? Okay.
Madam Chair, there was a question right here.
I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Mrs. Stutzman.
Who?
Mrs.
Will
Stutzman.
it give you the capability of taking roll when the kids get on or off
Yes.
the bus?
Yes.
It wouldn't work real super great for your in-town stops where you're picking up 30 kids at a time and you don't always know.
Right.
But like my route, I totally just roll up to the house, stop, pulls up Joe, Bob, and Sue,
And where you got.
What are you
where they
touching
got
when
off.
she does that?
to that too.
What's she
What
got?
are you touching?
What are you touching when you do that? Is it a monitor?
It's a module, like a little GPS.
That's right there by the
Right.
steering wheel?
Right.
So this $5,610 a year, that includes the hardware, the monitors as well. That doesn't just include the software; it also includes the actual monitors.
It was a package deal. The whole package deal was $37,400.
But then our responsibility after the reimbursement would be the $5,610.
Right. And
Okay.
and that 37,400. When I visited with the guy today again, he assured me that that's every year type of thing. So.
Is
it's
it a
something
1-year
we look
lease?
into.
That was the question I had. Is it 1 year at a time? If it's not working, we can cancel it and say bye?
I think we could. Mm-hmm.
Because I know that the bus routing thing that we had before was a waste of money, therefore,
When you waste of time.
and we could never get our money back. So that's the only
Like I said,
hesitate.
we
I want
them to come and present.
it would probably be a wise thing. So
I would think
I
so.
would say so.
I think that we might want to schedule that for another meeting so we can have a presentation. Sir.
Oh, I just have a question. Sometimes, like where we're out in the rural area, and like my kids will either get dropped off at my house or at my parents' house, which is on the same route. Is that with the program? Would that hurt you guys? Would that make it hard on you? Because they'd be getting off at different stops. And
2 different places.
I honestly think you could program it in to have 2 stops.
Yeah.
okay, I thought I didn't want to make
That's right.
something that was going to be a top,
Right.
Make them come next month so we can start using
Yeah,
it.
if we could start, if it's possible to maybe do the September board meeting, September or October presentation, just talk to them and see and let Carrie know.
I will let you know. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did anyone have any questions on the written department and committee reports that we had? And then on the summer school migrant ed program, were we gonna have anybody speak to that other than what was on our board book?
Jamie's good.
The migrant ed.
So I noticed on your board book that it didn't come out really clean. I do have a better presentation if you'd like me to share that with you. Otherwise, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Sorry, Jamie, we had too many pictures and it wouldn't compress enough.
She's gonna send it to you.
It was kind of interesting though to try and figure out what it was doing though, so it was okay.
Your jigsaw puzzle was good for tonight.
No, I was okay with it.
Okay.
Everybody else see it okay?
Did it was yeah.
It was very interesting. I
It
think it's
was.
great everywhere that you got to take the kids. That's wonderful.
I know.
We had a terrific time and it did condense down to 3 weeks versus the 4 weeks to you. And our end of the season fabulous. Our binational teacher was amazing. Hoping to do that in the future as well.
Okay. Well, the dancing looked like fun.
It was great. Mr. Ramsey was able to join us for that part, and yeah.
You
I'll make
danced?
sure to get everybody invitations
I
next
don't
year.
remember.
You
Dances and
When
sings.
was this?
The last day of the session when you came and saw
Oh,
our
I
dancers.
Oh, but you did
Yes,
dance.
I didn't know, man. That was outside my wheelhouse.
Thank you all.
All right. Thank you.
I'm blocked.
We don't have any policy discussions this month. Does anyone
Yes.
have any questions for Mr. Ramsey on his superintendent report?
Busy.
I
do
don't
not.
think so.
No.
Okay. You are way such a worrywart.
It bothers me.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How was the fair? I went Friday from 8 to noon and watched the beat showmanship, and they do it different than when I was participating. The hind legs, they offset them
They do that now.
instead of square.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, I didn't get that judge, to be honest.
That is probably a grandmother talking.
No. I didn't even have an interest in the class when he gave them all reds just because they were FFA kids, and I expect better.
Ooh, but that's you're pushing. He gave that one class all blues.
Well, he gave that one class all reds. And these kids, I know a couple of them, it was their first year showing. And he gave them reds because they were FFA boys, or kids, they should know better. I made sure the beef superintendent knew the comments that were being made around me.
The sheep judge did an amazing job.
Well,
That
we
you?
won't say that the
No,
Oh.
my daughter was great.
Well, congratulations.
the beef
You did
superintendent
you
happens to
block
be
it
a
and
former board member of
dress
this
it and-
board, so.
Slick 'em?
Yeah.
God, that's so much easier.
Slick it.
Yes. We'd
Rather
spend
than block.
hours trying to bubble their rumps.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I have
Yep.
no idea
Well,
what any of
they
you guys are
slick it.
talking about.
You used to ball the tail of a steer.
Yes.
Yes.
They don't do that anymore either. Yeah, we ruffled it,
Well,
and
you
sprayed
ratted
with
it. You ratted it and sprayed it with
ratted and
hairspray.
Yep. Only
What's it supposed to
this
look
was
like?
automotive glue. That was real fun to wash out. He washed it out. The whole point was to bringing the eye to the loin back there. So anyway, the next item is under business, and it's the decision of credit appeal that we had, but we really didn't get the information that we needed, so I think we're going to not rule on that tonight, if everybody is amenable.
Yeah, we don't have the information.
I mean, Madam Chair, it almost needs to be tabled until
Yes.
the student comes and presents her side of the equation.
I really wanted to be able to ask some questions. So
you want me to contact please next month?
Well,
The 29th.
On the 29th, or we
9th, or if
Can
we
we do it
have
on
to
the
do
29th?
something special, we could with a call-in. Okay. One of the things that we do is approve the SRO agreements with the county and the city of Rupert. And that is before us again. Did anyone have any comments, questions about the approvals for the contracts, or the contracts that are in our board book that we have to approve tonight?
I don't have any questions, but I would like to ask those schools that are here, how they feel about their SRO. If they would like to say anything, or they're okay with them, or they're not okay with them.
Do we need
or,
more?
Or what do we?
I know that there's some districts getting them in every school.
Do we not have them in every school?
No, we have two.
We have two.
So the high school and then
The
high
They
school.
travel.
the county one
Over
are
there.
for the outlying schools, and then City of
City.
Rupert provides one for the
City and
Rupert
East.
Elementary and East Minico.
okay.
And Ezekiel.
And Ezekiel, yes.
And here,
Well,
yes. So what I'm just asking out there, I'd like to hear their opinion. They're the ones that really deal with them, but that's just my question out there. How do you guys feel?
Mine does a really good job. I love working with the guy. He's very knowledgeable. One of the things that I appreciate about him more than anything is the fact that when we deal with a kid, we always talk to parents. We worked through that piece here a couple of years ago, but he really differentiates what's this kid need. If it's a child that developmentally needs a little bit of a lower tone, we'll take it down. I'm really grateful to have that. The one thing that is a little bit of a concern that I see, and that's not necessarily my school or East, it could be anywhere, but that's response time to where he's out driving. If we do have a situation, i.e., God forbid, you got a gun involved or something, I'm afraid it'd take at least double-digit minutes for someone to get on site. So I do see the value of maybe increasing, but that costs money. Greg?
Yeah, Officer Johnson, he was terrific this year for us. I mean, at East, it's super helpful to have just the presence. But there are times, same situation, where he's stuck in a situation at Rupert, which is, and we have similar situations or different of the same caliber, whatever. But you don't have them there sometimes immediately when you need to. So we oftentimes put kids on ice or parents on ice until we can get him there. He does a great job of getting there as fast as he possibly can. But I can see a scenario where if there were two things that were going, or three, I mean, think about how many schools they're covering. There's just multiple things that can go on. But they are, I just lean on them so much. There's a lot of education. What I like about the way they approach it, both Officer Higgins and Officer Johnson, there's a lot of education that goes into talking to the students with us about repercussions or future repercussions, which I think is a great approach. I just think it's extremely valuable, and we can't have them enough. I don't know how,
I'm gonna second that. Officer Higgins works with us and he's great. The problem is that, again, he's not available. And last year he wasn't available a lot to us because he's spread so thin. And so then we end up having to call Hebron City Police. And the officers that they send over are great, except that they don't have any experience dealing with students. And so we've had a couple of very sensitive situations that were not handled well because they were handled by people who weren't supposed to be working with the kids. And some of those situations were extremely sensitive, and so
I'm gonna second that also.
Yeah.
Officer Higgins is awesome. He's great with kids. When he's there, it's great. We probably see him once a week unless we have something. It's a slow return time, and if we have to go the other route, it doesn't go well.
It's quite a dramatic difference between the two.
They just don't know what to say to kids. They don't know how to talk to a fourth
Well, they haven't
grader.
went through the training.
They haven't been through the proper training. And so, unfortunately, it loses its credibility because the kids are like,
They have a new
whatever.
police chief too that might be open to something.
You know, they don't
Remember we
really
met him
respond well. Where Officer Higgins gets down,
at
has
Hebron?
a conversation and talks to them about, specific things that are at their level.
It's good feedback.
So if we were to go ahead and approve what we have now, but maybe perhaps do some looking into what other options there might be to get some more,
especially over in Hebron.
yeah.
So
Whether-
Hebron,
Our Officer Higgins gets pulled to the high school and Westford a lot. And
Yeah,
I feel like
he's usually at
we don't
Western
see him a
or
lot.
Minico.
And that's what he's
well, I
Way to
mean,
go,
we've got
Ray.
an agreement with Rupert Police. We got an agreement with county. We do not have an agreement with Hebron.
And maybe
And they'll come. They respond.
They
Well,
do, but they are not there.
well, and that would be my thought is what if we explored having them some training for them so that they could be, or even an agreement with us for an SRO or something. I don't know. We'll have to investigate it, but I think that that's worth doing.
I don't know if they would want that.
Pardon me?
Communication with some of those, they prefer not to be involved with the schools unless if they have to.
However, I know that when he's not able to, they are the ones
Yeah,
that they are
the
being
ones to
diverted.
respond.
They don't want it to go back to county. And so, like for me, I'm between Minico and West, and that works out perfect because there's been a time when he couldn't come, and he just immediately sent his couple other people, and by the time they got there, which was really quick because I'm right between the two, I had like 3 sets of officers there. So
Well, county is out there all the time.
that's what I mean. So
The Rupert area is a little bit different because they don't have as many officers on at the time. And a lot of times,
Is the one that diverts out. They go back to the
city,
instead of
right.
to the next.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm just wondering about some discussion between the school district and the police department or something. And I have some other ideas, things that we could look into as well. I think there's got to be other things. I'm thinking veterans, perhaps, or retired police officers or something.
Where's Peggy? Where'd she go?
She left.
Hmm.
So, in the meantime, we do have the 2 SRO agreements before us with the county and the city of Rupert. Do I hear a motion for approval of those agreements at this time?
I move that we approve the agreements with the SRO officers
Okay.
for the county and the city.
Okay, motion by Rick Parker,
Second.
second by Mrs. Anderson. Any further comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And the joyful process of going through the transportation handbooks.
Oh.
Did anybody have any questions on what was there?
A lot there.
Yeah, that took a while.
Thank you for the reading, by the way.
Yeah, thanks for all the reading. Yeah.
Increasing my vocabulary.
Did anybody have any questions? I'm glad it's your handbook.
Yes.
Okay, then I'd entertain a motion for approval of the transportation handbooks.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Mrs. Anderson,
Second.
second by Mr. Perez. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. We need to go ahead and make a change to the November board meeting date. Thank you, Mr. Ramsey, very much. And I would entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I propose that we move the November school board meeting from the 21st to the 28th of November.
Okay. Making that a motion, sir?
Yes.
Okay, motion by Mr. Perez to change to the 28th of November. Second by Mr. Parker. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
I will
And
try to make a better hand now.
excuse me?
I'll try to make a better hand.
Okay.
You did this for me. I'm trying to
Yep.
pay it forward.
Yep. We'll be asking for something, I'm
Good.
sure. Decision on the bus ride software program. I guess what we are going to, do we need a motion to?
We can put it on hold
You
until
table it
Yeah, I
until you
think we
get the
table it
vendor.
until we have a,
we can just table it.
all right, so we will table that until we get more information from the company itself. And then there is just the one policy that is a second reading that we held because we thought it needed more time for,
And Madam Chair, the system was down, but we changed it to say, because it says 9th grade, I had it here.
Ninth grade must also complete the instructions.
Yes, but
approved.
we decided to put that if the middle school goes from 7th to 9th or 6th to 9th sometime, we put that, that's why that's in there.
Okay.
Okay, and I couldn't get it on the system because the system was down.
Okay. So that's what
Okay,
middle
so
school.
it does have that extra wording.
okay,
Yes.
so we
Okay.
can, and there were no comments on it.
I didn't get any.
Anything? Okay.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes, but I do have one question. I think how it says they can't miss more than 10% of class time each semester, and we said 9 days. That should be 7.
7
days.
Yes.
It's okay if we can
Okay.
change that.
It's 10%, but it's 7 days.
7 days.
Oh, it's 10%.
Good grab, Miss Durant.
That's, yeah.
Okay, 7 days. So
That's
change
what
it.
I like.
Good job.
Okay,
What's that?
10%, 7 days.
Yeah, it's in parentheses, yeah.
Gotcha, I'll change that.
Okay. With those changes, do you feel a need to hold it for one more reading, or do you want to approve with this proposed changes?
I think we approve with the proposed changes.
Okay, are
Yeah.
you making that as a motion, sir?
Yeah, Madam Chair, I propose that with the proposed changes to the 7 days, 10%, that we accept the middle school credit adjustments.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Perez, second by Mrs. Anderson. Are there any further comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Madam Chair, I'll make that motion to adjourn our meeting.
Okay,
Second?
motion by Mrs. Anderson, second by Mr. Perez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you for your attendance.
I do have a request, Madam
Better
Chair.
than my whistle.
I do have a request, and I'm going to request it again. That those travel requests have a school on it,
Yes.
and it has not changed. Who's in charge of that? That
Well,
form?
those are coming from Brady Trinkle, the ones that were, most of those were Brady Trinkle today.
Well, but we don't know.